my name is Moses Heredia, founder and CEO of Global Processing Systems. I'm a son of an immigrant, and actually I didn't have it like I have it today. So just a quick minute is I was born in poverty. I was born in the fields, pretty much, working as a child. My mom would take me out there, and I didn't have a babysitter. And it's been a journey, and I've a lot of struggles and challenges that I came across, and some miracles that happened through my life. That's why I'm a believer as well. So it's brought me to where I'm at today, and I wrote a book, Fields to Fortune, and we can dive into it later, man. But in the short version, that's what got me here.
Yeah. So yeah, I got your book right here, Fields to Fortune. Obviously, people can get it on Amazon and everything, I assume, right?
Yes, Amazon, and also on Barnes & Noble online and Amazon, yeah.
Yeah. So, we'll talk about your upbringing because I think it's really fascinating. I mean, you were telling me you were picking cotton, you were picking bell peppers and all this stuff and doing it for like a really long time. Like you grew up with nothing, and then all of a sudden you get into this payment processing world, and, you go build one of the biggest payment processing companies in probably the world.
Yes.
You guys are doing that much. Like it's kind of crazy.
Yes. Yeah, which is pretty crazy, Ryan. So I sit on a couple of advisory boards for the largest processors that process payments. One of them is TSYS Global Payments, right? So I've been fortunate enough to have a dual role and advise these larger processors what they're doing right, what they're doing wrong, and how we can enhance it and be partners. But, like you mentioned, take you back is when I remember as a kid, I didn't have a babysitter. My mom would wrap me up like a burrito and put me in the floor mat of the pickup truck so the heat would go down and turn on the heater. And it was like darks, right? So it was like maybe 5 o'clock in the morning. And she would put the ladies in front of the pickup truck and then the gentlemen in the back camper. And then we would go out to the fields to harvest. Like you mentioned, one of the hardest ones, though, Ryan, was that I'll never forget, and to this day, it's one of the hardest jobs I've ever done, was the cucumber, picking cucumber, my man.
Why?
It's let me give you a visual, right? So, say, for instance, like me, I was a rookie. At that age, I was 12 or 13 years old, so I didn't know any better. So they're like, hey, now we're going to cucumber. I'm like, all right, cool, we're going to cucumber tomorrow. So imagine this. So there's a bunch of rolls, and each roll, you go about a mile, but there's a big old diesel truck in the center. So you have about 20 guys on the left of the diesel and another 20, let's say, on the left, right? When you, in the morning, you're lined up for 2 buckets, 5-gallon buckets. So they say, okay, go pick a roll, and the truck is never stopped. It keeps moving slowly. So you're hunched over picking these cucumbers, and you got to keep up with the truck. But the hardest thing is going and running to the truck with 2 5-gallon buckets, how heavy that gets throughout the day.
Yeah.
But here's the kicker. So I've always been on commission only, so I didn't know this till recently. Like, I thought about it. Like, they would give me I would say a aluminum chip, right? And once they would dump the bucket, they would put aluminum chip in there, which was a circle, and that was, at the end of the day, you would cash that in, and that was a quarter. So 25 cents per bucket. And I remember one day being there, and after a week, I got smart, so I would go there early so I can be in line and get closer to the truck. And I remember one time there was an old gentleman who was almost in tears, man, because his back was giving out, and he was an immigrant, and, he would send his money back home. I gave him my roll that was closer to him because I was healthier, younger, and I could swap it out with him. But, it's crucial. It's real crucial seeing how dedicated these people are and working so hard to put food on every American's table, right, or throughout the world, and sending money back home. So I learned a lot doing that, and I thank my mom to this day. God bless her soul. She passed in 2004. But, that was one of the hardest things I've ever done was cucumber throughout the day. And what happened, Ryan, at the end, let's say you were in this for 4 hours, 5 hours, a lot of people would just fall off and give up.
Yeah.
So the truck would just have to stop and call it a day because people couldn't keep up and they didn't want to lose all the harvest.